What is up, Finn fans? Chad is the first in the building. What is up, Chad? How are you doing? Hope all is great. Fins up. You too, Chad. I hope all is great with you as well. So you might be asking yourself, why are you live right now, Doug? I haven't talked to you guys in forever. I haven't done a live stream since the AFC Championship game, which was last Sunday. So I thought to myself, why not go live? Let's talk a little Dolphins football. What's up, Cody? What's up, Daniel? What's up, Luca? You guys, let's talk some football. Let's talk some draft, free agency. I'm not going to go into specifics because I'm already doing videos on this stuff. But let's talk some football. What's up, Shaq? What's up, Kivzilla? If I said your name wrong. What's up, yo, boy, Greg? What's up, Willie, Ryan, BD, Daniel, Shane, Flipper, Andrew? This video was great. Yes, it was. We'll talk about that as well. What's up, Jess? Willie? I've been good. How are you been, Willie? Devard, Richard, Snow Monster, Tua for quarterback. Joseph, what's up, bud? Dolphin fan 18. Joe, Doug, if Tua is there at 5, I'd be okay with picking him, but I'd be on the phone to trade down. What's up, Street King? How you doing, bud? Matthew, Nando, Scant, Dion, what's up? What's up, Fred? SM, what is up? Luca, Doug, what is your top 5 free agency targets for this offseason? That's a good question. I'll get to that in 2 seconds. Just want to say hi to everyone. Let everyone get in the room. What's up, Brian? What's up, Kev? What's up, Wilkie? Daniel, hit that like button. Yes, be sure we got 52 in here. I'll say it once and I won't say it again. Be sure to hit that like button. Let's get to 50 likes. You got 52 in here. Let's get that up here. No Burrow. I want Turo. Turo. You want Turo. Team TFG dropping the donation early. $5 donation. Met Mike Gesicki and Hall of Fame running back Terrell Davis yesterday. That is awesome. That is absolutely awesome. I'm going to try to get some more Dolphins on this channel. Some current, some past. I'm going to try my best. What's up, Miami Heat MB1? Ryan was here. What is up, Bud? Pizza, what's up? What up, Doug? Do you think we should develop Rosen? I'll get to that. I'm going to talk about that. I'll remember that question. Todd, Orlino, are you going to be talking about Jordan Love? I'm going to talk about the quarterbacks a little bit that performed yesterday in the Senior Bowl. I'm going to talk about them a little bit. What's up, Jorge? Will. Scant. Tua not even going to have a pro day or combine. I'm hearing he's going to have a pro day. I'm hearing he should be healthy enough to have a pro day. Going to meet Ricky on Wednesday too. Tell him to check my channel out. Maybe I can get him on the channel. What's up, Big Mav? Big Sports News. Tua is the guy. I saw the quarterbacks yesterday that weren't good. We need O-line help, 3 new players. That's what, if you guys didn't, all right. So let's I said what's up. What's your Patreon? Daniel, my Patreon is linked below. So if you're on your phone, move the chat aside. It's in the description below. And what a Patreon is, and I'll say this, and then we'll talk about all the stuff. What the Patreon is like it's a subscription to me. And essentially, I'm working on some great stuff for the Patreons. There's different tiers of Patreons. There's $4, $5. I got 2 $20 Patreons. One of them is Vic. What's up, Magic? How you doing, brother? One of them is Sean. And those guys, I'm going to try to get them on a live stream, try to get them on a video if you're a $20 Patreon. You don't have to do it, but if you want to, you can become a mod. One of the tiers is become a mod. You get first dibs at comment of the day, which I noticed some of the Patreons aren't taking advantage of that. Like some of my Patreons, you can become comment of the day whenever you want. So be sure to do that. But that's what a Patreon is. It's a monthly subscription to the channel, and you get special perks, special videos I'm going to make specifically for you guys. My Patreons are also going to, what's up, Logan? How you doing, brother? My Patreon's also going to help me when it comes to scouting prospects and stuff like that. You get a little bit more involved if you're a Patreon. So back to one of you guys' questions. Let's talk about real quick about yesterday. Now, yesterday was the Senior Bowl. There were some players that stood out. Herbert had a good game. Love had a good game. There were some quarterbacks and some players that stood out. I'm hearing good thing about Justin Herbert, that he had a good day yesterday. Again, I'm going to delve more into tape. I'm going to look into more a film and stuff like that. Like I told you guys, after the Super Bowl, after next Sunday is where I really jump into off-season mode. That's where I really jump into breaking down the prospects, breaking down who we're going to pick up in free agency, all that stuff. That happens after the Super Bowl, where those videos start to come out. But for this upcoming week, I'm gonna start a series on this channel where I look at the team now and see, okay, where can we fix places? Where can we let players go, re-sign players, all that stuff. What's up, Jeff? How you doing, bud? I think we're going with Rosen and build around him. That's the other thing one of you guys asked. Should we develop Josh Rosen? Now, again, I'm going to talk about that in a video where I break down the quarterback situation. But I think with Josh Rosen, I think they're going to keep Josh Rosen unless a team... What's up, Swizzy? Unless a team wants him and is offering a second or a third. That's what I honestly think will happen. If a team offers the Dolphins like a second or a third, I think he might be traded, especially if they can get their second back for him. But I think right now what they're trying to do is they're trying to see what they can get out of him. Because also, if you guys go back and watch my Chris Greer video, he talks about Rosen. He talks about how no harm, no foul on that trade. You know, he's a capable backup. He's a cheap backup, and it costs nothing. What's up, Sean? How you doing, brother? Yeah, no quarterback yesterday at the Senior Bowl played anywhere near as good as Joe Burrow. Not even close. You can't really compare Batman Pops. You can't really compare, and this is why I'm going to look at their film, right? Because Joe Burrow had his offensive line, his defense, his wide receivers. You know, Herbert and Love, and all those quarterbacks yesterday literally were with the guys they were with. What's up, Midwest Sports? We're with the guys they were with yesterday for a week, or a little over a week. I don't know specifically how long. I think it's only a week that they practice with their offensive line, their wide receivers and stuff, and then they have to play a game. So a lot of what you look at when it comes to that stuff is footwork and all that stuff. But you can't really look too far into how well they did or how bad they did, because it wasn't with their guys. And you might be saying, well, they're going to get drafted to a team and they're not going to be with their guys. Yes, they're going to get drafted to a team and they're going to be with that team from what? So the draft is in April. Confirm April, March, April, May. So I think rookie OTA start in May, June. They get off, and then July. So it's like 4 months they practice together before they start, and they got preseason before the season starts. So they're with their team for a minute, and they can get acclimated with their team. Whereas the Senior Bowl, they're with their team for a week. So, all right, what does Michael say? So fed up how nothing goes our way. Now you might have to trade up for a half crippled guy. I would not do that. Can't get Burrow, and the rest are long shots. I would not even take a quarterback. Michael, you got to understand something, Michael. First off, the Dolphins were never... I say this every time, and I get so much flack. The Dolphins what the Dolphins were doing in the offseason, where they were putting themselves in a position where they can control this draft. They can control this draft if they want to. And that's even what Chris Greer said in his press conference. Are they going to trade up? I don't know. Will they trade up? I doubt it, because there's no point in getting all these draft picks to fill the holes that you need and then waste them on one player. I don't think they're going to trade up for Tua. And if they do trade up for Tua, to go from 5 to 3 is only about 500 points on the scale that Jimmy Johnson made. If you noticed, 500 points. The 28th pick is about 570 points, and our second round pick is about 510 points. If I'm the Dolphins, I'm offering the Lions our second round pick, and then that's it. What's up, Billy? That is it. And Jonathan, I'm missing some of you guys to say what's up. That's all I'm offering. To go from 5 to 3, it should cost about a second round pick. The Miami Dolphins, when they got Jordan, they went from, I think it was like 13 to 2, and all they offered the Raiders was the second round pick. What's up, Fabian? What's up, Jim? What's up, Mark? So they don't have to trade the farm to get a quarterback, but I honestly don't think they will trade up. And I don't think that they're going to go to 1. I will bet a lot that they're not going, what's up, Mark, to 1. There's no way they're going to 1. No way. And with Tua, it all depends on his physical. Right now, he's way ahead of schedule. But if you notice, he's not doing any football stuff. What's up, Edwin? He's not doing any running, any cutting, any twisting of the hip, any of that stuff. So it depends on what his physical's like at the combine. So for a lot of people who are aggravated that the team won 5 games, you should have lost the game. You should have tanked. You should have, we should have the first overall pick, this, and that, blah, blah, blah. What's up, Cameron? Just go back and watch my video yesterday and listen to what Richmond Webb had to say about tanking. Players and coaches don't tank. You might think that Chris Greer in the front office tried to tank, but what's up, Vic? How you doing, brother? They don't. What's up, John? Hey, Doug. Thanks for the live chat. I'm working, and you're killing it. Thank you, John. I appreciate that. We won too many games. I don't think so. I don't think we won too many games. I predicted this before they traded the players. I said 6 games. So building the right culture is worth 5 wins. And it's so funny. All right. It's so funny because this is what I'm gonna say, and it makes me laugh, right? So a lot of people like to think that the Miami Dolphins are, jinxed or cursed or whatever you want to say. Say the Miami Dolphins did tank. Say the Miami Dolphins won 1 game and it was against the Bengals or it was against the Jets, right? And then we lost every game, right? And we get the first overall pick. What's up? Thanks, Sean, for the $2 donation. I got 2 donations already. Jeez, you guys are extremely generous. Besides O-line, what's the most important free agency? D-line. I'm not even getting pass rusher. It's O-line then pass rusher, 100%. But say we do get the first overall pick and we take Burrow, right? We take Burrow. I will bet you any amount of money that he does not do as well in Miami because everyone wants to crown this kid that he's the next great thing. What's up, Brian? He had 1 good year. 1 good year. Not saying it's a bad year. Not saying it's a fluke. I'm not saying anything bad about it, but it makes you nervous. If Tua's hip injury makes you nervous, you need to be equally as nervous about Burrow having 1 good year. So, say the Dolphins do trade, they tank, they get the first overall pick, we take Joe Burrow. He ends up not being good on the Dolphins. All these people that are complaining that the Dolphins won too many games would also be complaining that why would we take him? He had 1 good year. Or, that's just our luck. He did great in college and now he sucks with the Dolphins. Man, this team sucks. Man, the coaching sucks. Man, the front office sucks. We suck. Suck. Everything sucks. That's what would happen. The same people who complain that we won too many games would also complain that Joe Burrow did great in college, and then why does he suck with us? That's what I'm talking about. You got to let the cards fall where they fall. I think the Dolphins did well this season. They had nothing. What's up, Josie Wells? They had nothing, and they did their thing. When does the schedule come out? The schedule usually comes out about a week or 2 before the draft. So looking at middle April. I love mostly everything they've done so far. Yeah, Jose, I do too. There's a few things I didn't like this offseason, and a lot of people like to say that I'm a fanboy. A lot of people say I like to wear rose-colored glasses. I got my beard hair stuck on here. A lot of people say I'm too positive. What's up, Big J? Doing big things? There were some things I didn't like the Dolphins did this offseason. I didn't like the trade for Josh Rosen. I said it from jump, and then when I took a step back, I said I'll let the kid pan out. I'll see what he does and what he can do. But I don't like that move. I didn't like that move. I didn't like taking Bobby McCain, putting him at safety. I tried my hardest. I tried my hardest to a lot with what Dolphins do. I'm like, all right, I'm a wait and see type guy. But then down the road, I'm like, I can't. So I didn't like that. I would have liked to kept Tunsil, but I'm telling you right now, if you're offering me 2 first-round picks, I can't not say no. I'm way too positive. Ivory's saying I'm way too positive as I'm literally telling you things I don't like that the Dolphins did. What's some other things I don't like that the Dolphins did? So I don't like the trade for Josh Rosen. I didn't like moving Bobby McCain to safety. I would have liked to keep Tunsil, like I said, but if you're giving me 2 firsts, I'm going to make the trade. It is what it is. I can't say no to that. I don't like the moves that they made right before the season started. That's another thing I didn't like. I didn't like getting rid of some of the pass rushers that were playing really well in the preseason. I don't like what they did with the offensive line. Like, they did nothing. I get what they're saying. I get where they're going with it. Like, but I didn't like it. And I didn't like that they didn't bring Cameron Wake back. I get it. He didn't play all of the season. I get it. He was past his age, but I wanted Cameron Wake to stay and retire a Dolphin. I didn't like that. So, yeah. Nando, I don't know anything yet. No one knows anything yet about what's going on with Howard. You didn't like the whole draft, really? There's some I did like Christian Wilkins' pick. I like him as a player. Are you going to miss Coach O'Shea? No. It took too long for the Dolphins offense to get clicking. They should look at quarterback Cole McDonald from Hawaii in the 4th or 5th round. I'll keep that name in the back of my head. Doug, I already answered that. I have a feeling that Tunsil is coming back to Miami. Well, if you're given 2 firsts, you got to re-sign the man. You got to make him your all-star left tackle. So I don't think so. I think he's going to stay with the Texans. Damn, Double D. Me and my coworkers just noticed we were both in your stream. Oh, that's awesome, Shada. That's awesome. Hubert will be a top 5 pick. I think he'll be a first-round pick, but I don't think he'll be a top 5 flip side. Trade Stills and Tunsil would be better if the Finns got 2 firsts and Duke Johnson. At the time, though, they had Kenyon Drake, so it just wouldn't have made sense. What's up, Brian? How you doing, brother? But it's so obvious. Justin Hubert. Hey, man, how are you? Your videos are the best. Thank you, Juan. I'm doing good. Tired. I was sick Friday, and I was sick while I was interviewing Richmond Webb yesterday. I was sick. So that also, like, I was so nervous. And he's the cool. If you guys haven't checked out the video yet, be sure to go check out my interview with Richmond Webb, one of the best left tackles in Miami Dolphins history. He's not a Hall of Famer yet. He should be a Hall of Famer. We talked about Zach Thomas. We talked about Brian Flores. We talked about the team now. We talked about how to fix the offensive line now. We talked about a lot. So if you haven't yet, go back. I put the video out yesterday. Go back, check out my interview with Richmond Webb. Super, super cool guy. I'm going to try to get more Dolphin guys on here, past and present. I don't know if I'll be able to get like top name guys, but if I can get like Jason Sanders on here, I'll try my best. But yeah, you know, I'm gonna, like I said, I told you guys, I got huge things planned for 2020. So be sure to hit that subscribe button. Be sure to hit the thumbs up. Got 200 in here, only 59 likes. Be sure to hit that thumbs up. What's up, Shake Money? Not much. You're only about 18 minutes late. I'm gonna be live for like an hour or so. So you didn't miss much. I'm answering questions. You guys got questions? I'll answer, and then I usually go on a ramble. So let's keep going with the questions. I don't want injured prone Tua. Everyone on his bandwagon. Has a huge injury list. That's playing subpar competition in college. NFL is way more physical. Let's look at Tua's injury list. Because I have a picture of his injury list, and I think, do I still have it? I do. So here's Tua's injury list, because a lot of people want to say Tua's injury prone, and I don't want Tua because of that. My mindset on Tua right now, what's up, Chris? My mindset on Tua right now is his hip. If he never got that hip injury, if that hip injury never happened to Tua, I would take him in a heartbeat at 5. If Tua never had that hip injury, I don't think he's making it to 5. But with the hip injury, I do think there's a possibility of him going to 5. But in March 2018, he broke his index finger that required some surgery. I've jammed this middle finger playing football. I literally pulled it out, put it back in. I continued playing. That's not a huge problem. He suffered separate knee and quad injuries. Not season ending, continued playing the season. December 2018, underwent tightrope surgery on left ankle after suffering injury in SEC championship game versus UGA. He had 2 ankle injuries. December of 2018 and October of 2019, both tightrope injuries. He got that stuff fixed to the point where the injuries now won't happen again because of the surgery. And then he had the hip injury. So if I'm looking at the other injuries, they don't scare me. And you might be thinking you're a fanboy. I'm not, because I haven't picked the guy who I want at 5. And I have the same qualms I have about Joe Burrow that I have for Tua. But those injuries beforehand aren't serious injuries. They're not major injuries that I'm like, oh, no, I'm not taking him. It's the hip injury that now all of a sudden I'm like, pump the brakes on Tua. That hip injury literally probably took 5 years off of his football career. And we don't even know where he's at now. So I don't know. I think we should pass on Tua. I'd rather take Herbert or Eason or Hurst. Big J, if I'm taking Herbert, I'll probably take him with the 26th pick or the 18th pick. I'm not taking him top 5. What are the best available offensive line out there in free agency? Enrique says, you're looking at like Brian Scherf. That's why I have a dual monitor, so I can look up things. Best available free. I got to put NFL free agents. NFL free agents 2020. Let's do this. Why do you place all this energy in such I'll show this. Paper asked, why do I place all this energy in such a bum blank team? Because I love this team. Paper, it's who's your football team? I'd like to know. And how long have you been an NFL fan? Answer me those 2 questions and I'll explain to you. Roadrunner, you don't have to get rid of it. Paper, how long have you been a football fan and who's your football team? And I'll answer the question. Okay, so let's look at the best available free agents. Dallas Cowboys. Okay. And I'm assuming, Paper, you've been a football fan forever. Like probably all your life. So I'm assuming for what? I'm gonna guess your age. I don't really know you. And I think this is the first time me and you have had a chat on the live stream. You're probably what? Like how old are you? 30s, 40s? If you're a Cowboys fan, you have to been watching them in the 90s. Because lately the Cowboys have been good. 29. So you probably watched them in the 90s when they were great. You gotta understand something. Me as a Miami Dolphins fan, I've been a football fan. I'm born in 87. I've been watching the Dolphins since 95. 70s, 80s, and 90s. The Dolphins, I think, had five bad seasons. It's off the top of my head. I know they had 2 bad seasons in the 90s. Other than that, they had winning records. 80s, it's kind of similar. In 70s, they had the undefeated. So I've been a Dolphin fan my whole life. Lately, the Dolphins have been inconsistent and have been mediocre. So lately, it telling someone you're a Dolphins fan, they're like, oh, geez, oh, please, oh, geez. Yeah, Paper, I'll look it up. I'll look it up. Because I'm telling you, they were way better than people thought they were. So in the 90s, let's go to the 90s. So the 90s, they didn't have a losing season all of the 90s. All of the 90s of me watching the Dolphins, they had 2 seasons that were bad, which were 8-8 seasons. Other than that, not a losing season. In the 80s, they had 2 losing seasons. Other than that, everything is above 500. And same in the 70s. They had 1 losing season. So like I said, 5 losing seasons in 3 decades. The Dolphins were one of the best teams for 30 years. For 30 years, they were one of the best teams. And that just so happens lately, they've really sucked. So, yeah, so you might say right now the Dolphins are a bum ass team, but not for not you take from 2002 back, they weren't. It just so happens lately they are. So that's why, because I grew up watching one of the greatest football teams of all time. There's your answer. If you like a team, take the good with the bad, of course. And that also proves to you that I'm not a bandwagon fan, since I've been a Dolphins fan since 95. And for most of my life watching the Dolphins, they haven't been great. For about 7 years, they were great. And now they're not great. So back to the question about the best offensive linemen that are out there. Again, a lot of people can get re-signed. So that's a lot of why I don't really talk about the free agency that much. Like, I'll predict who I want. I do it every year. I predict who I want and all that stuff. But you can't really predict because a lot of people can get re-signed. But Brandon Scherff is one of them. Joe Thuney is another good offensive lineman that is out there. Anthony Costanzo, he's a very good left tackle that's out there. Jack Conklin, but I could see him getting re-signed. So those are probably like top 4. Jack Conklin, Anthony Costanzo, Brandon Scherff, and Joe Thuney. Those are probably the top 4 offensive linemen that are out there. I'd probably try to grab 2. I'm being dead honest with you now. I'd probably try to grab 2. I don't know about Scherff. His injury history kind of worries me. Thuney, depends if the Patriots let him go. But I'd probably try to go for Anthony Costanza. There's some good offensive linemen out there. I go for 2. That's probably where my big money would go. Top 2. What are we talking about now? Because I saw Jay Fiedler's name come up. Don't disrespect my boy Jay Fiedler. Don't disrespect my boy Jay Fiedler. I missed the conversation. Which one's old? Are you talking about Thuney? I'm not getting Brady, Swizzy. Oh my God. It would be such a waste of money and a waste of time to bring Tom Brady to the Dolphins. I like the Dolphins picking Minkah Becton. The guy is bigger than my garage door. He's a monster. George, he is. Costanzo's older. All right, thank you. Augustine, I can't allow that in there just because of YouTube's policies. No. All right, whatever. Someone else allowed it in. Yep, Jay Fiedler was the best quarterback after Marino. Yeah. It's hard to say that. Fiedler took us to the playoff. Cowboys fans. Yeah, I'd probably, with the first 3 picks, I'd probably, depending on how it fell, but I would address in the first round with 3 picks in the first round, I would probably address the offensive line, the defense. Like, I'm not saying in this order, but these are the positions that in my mind I'm addressing with the first 3 picks, right? Offensive line. What's up, Anthony? Defensive line. Offensive line, defensive line, probably running back, maybe quarterback. Those are the 4 positions I'm addressing in the first round. We could probably get a good defensive line at 26, or we can get a good, a running back at 26, or we can get a running back in the second round. But that's what I'm addressing, those 4 positions. So you got 3 picks. If they address one of those 4 positions in the first round, I'm good. But personally, depending on where the whole Tua situation ends up, I'd probably go offensive line, defensive line, running back. What's good, EM? How you doing, brother? That's probably what I'm doing in the first round. But what do you think of keeping Fitzpatrick, drafting a running back with our top pick seems to be working with the Titans after our top pick? We should work on. Lamb, are you saying take a running back at 5, Lamb? Fitz, this is the thing everyone needs to understand, because people are saying like, oh, should we re-sign Fitz, all that stuff. Fitz is under contract with the Dolphins this year. Fitz has signed a 2-year contract, and he's guaranteed $5 million this year. It all depends if Fitz wants to retire or not. So Fitz is on the team. If Fitz does not retire, then Fitz will be on the team in 2021 or 2020. Sorry. The Fitz will be on the team in 2020. So that whole situation. But I'm not taking a quarter running back with the number 5 pick. Because there's certain positions in this draft that are deep. Like wide receiver is deep. So you don't need to take a wide receiver in the first round. So yeah, wide receivers deep. So that's why I probably wouldn't address that in the first round. We don't need a wide receiver, really. It's more of a best player available when it comes to wide receiver. Would it be tainted championship? What do you guys talk about? So when I ramble, I miss some of your guys' conversation. Running backs will all be there in the second. Yeah. I'm taking Andrew Thomas, Jacob Eason, and Justin Jefferson first round. Maybe scoop up Swift with our second round pick, then build O-line more. Henry Wilson. No, our wide receivers would be great this year. Yeah, you could use some depth. I'd always try to. What I would do is have free agency address some of the needs. So that's what I would do in free agency. Thank you, Bobby. So are you. In free agency, that's what I would do. I'd address some of the needs. Probably get a pass rusher, Yannick. Can't say his whole name, so don't even ask me to say it. Maybe a 1 or 2 offensive linemen. Maybe bring in a running back in free agency. I'd address there, and then with the draft, I would try to bring in some starters, but also bring in some depth. We have 14 draft picks. We're not going to take all 14 of the draft picks, but that's what I would do. I would, free agency would be both free agency and draft. If you want my God's honest opinion, is kind of what's up, Mr. Miami 305, is kind of going to be both. Hitting up on free agency and depth, starters and depth in free agency, all that stuff. What do I think will happen with Rosen? It all depends on what the team sees, because the team has watched him practice every day. So it all depends on that, and then it all depends on where he is development wise, and then what the team wants to put into him. Wilson is free agent. No, I don't think Albert Wilson is a free agent. Albert Wilson is still under contract with us for 2020. Albert Wilson's not a free agent. I'll look it up, but I'm 90% sure he's not a free agent. Do you think Miami will move up like 3rd pick? I think they will move around a lot. They have a lot of picks to do it. Yeah. Albert Wilson is on the team in 2020. His cap hit is $10 million. His dead cap is $1 million. So if the Dolphins cut him, they only pay him $1 million in dead cap. But if they keep him, it's going to cost $10 million. So it all depends if they want to give him a friendly contract extension and essentially keep him maybe for another year and then reduce that $10 million hit. But yeah, Albert Wilson is still on the team next year. Our options consist of Tua, Herbert at 5, Love at 26, Hurst in the early second, Fromm in the late second, etc. That's it. Speculating is really senseless. I don't even think Herbert's an option at 5. I think that's too high for Herbert, to be honest with you. Herbert had a good Senior Bowl, but I don't think I'm taking him at 5. You're paying Rosen peanuts and is a development player. It's all up to him on what happens now. He has to show improvement, 100%. But also, if a team wants him and a team is willing to trade for him, gotta listen. Russell Wilson? Russell Wilson's not a free agent. He signed a huge contract like a year ago. We should get Jerry Jeudy. That's just shake money. Your question doesn't suck. I got 229 people in the chat. It's moving quick. Shake money. Re-answer your question. Jerry Jeudy is it wouldn't make sense for us to go for him in the first round when we have a lot of needs, and wide receiver is not that top of a need anymore. What about Russell Wilson? We need a running back, Doug. Yes, we do. That's why I said we can take a running back. He'd be probably one of my first round picks, probably the last first round pick or second round pick, and I'd address him also, a running back also in free agency and in the draft. That's what I would do. No wide receivers in the first unless you never want to win the Super Bowl. Herbert will be a top 10 pick. That's a lock. He might. He honestly might. Tua and Burrow might go top 5, and then a team like the Chargers or like the Raiders or some of these quarterback needy teams that you wouldn't expect will take him. If Tom Brady won a Super Bowl in Miami, would it be tainted? Kind of. I know a lot of Dolphin fans wouldn't like it. But yeah, kind of. I don't know. That's a good question. I wouldn't like it. So I guess it would be tainted. Sup, Doug? What's up, Rith? Love your show. About time you make another video. Excuse me? I made a video yesterday. I put at least 3 or 4 videos out a week. So how dare you? But thank you for the comment. I do appreciate it. If you had a choice of sending early draft picks on O-line like the Cowboys or spend every pick on D-line like the 49ers, basically our needs, do you go heavy on D-line or go heavy on O-line? I could probably go heavy on D-line. So we have no pass rush. It's disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. Herbert will be a Tannehill / Dalton average, still looking for the franchise guy. Sean, I see Herbert as a guy who he could thrive in the system that fits him. Like you said, Ryan Tannehill. He could thrive in that situation, but he just needs that situation. Hey, Doug, I'm really hoping we go Simmons or Wills at 5. Say no to Tua. I hate all the mocks saying he's guaranteed to pick a 5. Chris, I will bet you any amount of money that these mock drafts are going to be 90% wrong when it comes to draft day. They always are. They always are. With the 3rd pick, 2020, the Miami Dolphins select Tua. Please address the trenches first. Yeah, it's a big need. It's a very big need. Both sides. Because we had no pass rush, and when you have no pass rush, your secondary is left out on an island, and it's just it can't happen. Brady to the Raiders. I'm saying Brady back to New England. That's what I'm saying. Miami should trade with Jacksonville, San Diego to get an additional 2nd pick. Pick the best offensive tackle. The Dolphins should sign Conklin or another interior lineman, then draft 2 edge rushers with 18 and 26. It's not a bad idea. Who would be the best quarterback for the Dolphins? Tua, Burrow, Herbert. Greetings from Guadalajara, Mexico. Greetings. You're talking right now. Tua, Burrow, or Herbert, best quarterback option? I don't know. See, this is I can't answer that question only because I don't know. Tua's hip injury scares the crap out of me. Burrow had 1 good year, scares the crap out of me. And Justin Herbert needs everything around him, and it's going to take a minute for us to build that around him. So I don't know. It's a good question. It's a very good question. I don't know. Dolphins will sign 2 O-line before the draft even happens. 4, James. They might sign 4 offensive linemen. Can't watch the stream today, but just wanted to say, hey, Doug, and I hope you're doing well. What's up, Anthony? Hope you're doing well as well. Good morning, DouglieDoWrong. What's up, Turd Ferguson? How you doing, brother? I actually told my fiance about your name. I said I have a subscriber whose name is Turd Ferguson because I said the name for some reason. What's up, Mark Lee? How you doing, brother? Would you be bothered if we get Jake Fromm at 26? I feel like that would be a little bit of a reach, Jeans. So yeah, I don't know. Again, I haven't done this. Is like just let you guys know. This is all from what I've seen of college football and what I've seen from the Senior Bowl and what I've seen. A lot of this stuff that I say can change. A lot of it. A lot of the things that I'm talking about now when it comes to who I want in free agency, who I want in the draft, can change because I have to do my research on the draft, do my prospects video, and then free agency, people can resign. So a lot can change. And I've noticed that when I change certain things that I say, a lot of people like to say I change to appease you guys, which isn't the case. I change it because the facts change, my opinion changes, and that can happen. That can happen. 230 in here. Do me a favor, guys. Let's get to 100 likes on this video, on this stream. Let's get to 100 real quick. Let's do it for the crazy interview I had with Richmond Webb yesterday. I still can't get over that. I had a face-to-face conversation with Richmond Webb, one of the coolest dudes I've ever met. Chase is falling to 5. No, Chase Young is not falling to 5. You're crazy if you think Chase Young is falling to 5. I'm just looking up the draft order to see. I'll give you guys like a rough estimate of what I think, who's going to move where and all that stuff. I hate when like I want to look up something and they throw a giant ad right in the middle of it. Drives me nuts. 112. Jeez, I look away for 2 seconds and you guys killed that like button. Holy crap, Oli. Thank you guys. I really do appreciate that. I'm just looking up the draft order right now so we can speculate on some moves. What's up, New York Fins fan? Let's go into the draft and let's go into draft tracker and let's talk about picks. Okay, here we go. 2019. I don't want 2019. They don't even have it up yet. Why do they think? Thank you, Dominic. Well, I do everything I do for you guys. So it's a mutual relationship. ASMR, are you, Doug? There you go. That's for Alec. He wanted some ASMR so he can listen to my fingertips hitting the freaking desktop. I just want, all right. See, I want a full list of the draft order. Just give me a full list without a giant ad in the middle of it. Oh, God. ESPN Mel Kiper's mock draft from January 24th. He has Dolphins taking 2 at 5. He has Giants taking Isaiah Simmons at 4. And then who does he have? He has the Dolphins taking Jedrick Willis at... Nope, sorry. Why did it move again? He has 2 different... Never mind. Don't listen to me. I'm trying to find the draft order. And it's becoming impossible. This is going to be the best offseason ever. Yes, it is, Joe. It literally is the Miami Dolphins offseason. That's what it. All right, I found one. It's the Miami Dolphins offseason. That's what it is. Everything is going to revolve around the Miami Dolphins draft order. Offseason. We have the second most cap, but it all depends on what happens when we start releasing players, because we don't know what's going to happen with Rashad Jones. We don't know what's going to happen with Albert Wilson. We don't know what's going to happen with some of these guys. We can get more money, and we have the most draft picks. So right now, the way the draft order is sitting at, we're sitting at 5, 18, and 25. Right? So I think that's right. No, this is too early. I give up. I give up trying to look up the draft order. I'm just going to keep answering your questions. Doug, question before you're on the clock for the first pick. Would you contact Raiders for a trade down for their 2 firsts? Yes. If I get 4 first-round picks, yes. 100%. If Tua's sitting there and they want Tua and they're going to give us their 2 first-round picks to take Tua at 5, yes. And I like Tua. Don't get me wrong. I like Tua, but that hip injury scares me enough that if the Raiders want to move up and take Tua, which where are the Raiders sitting at right now? The Raiders are at 12. So if they want to go from 12 to 5 and they want to give up their 2 first-round picks, which is 19, and they have 19 and 12. If they want to give up 19 and 12 to get to 5, yes. Yes, I'm doing that. Because then we got the 12th pick, we got the 18th pick, we got the 19th pick, and we got the 26th pick. You kidding me? Are you kidding me? So much first-round talent will be available in the second. Would love to see the Fins trade down and stack up on second, preferably with Indy, Atlanta, whoever. Yeah, that's another thing. There's a lot of teams that need a quarterback. Carolina Panthers need a quarterback. The Chargers need a quarterback. Jacksonville, I don't know what they're doing with Foles and Minshew. The Raiders might need a quarterback. The Colts might need a quarterback. Tampa Bay might need a quarterback. I think that's about it who might need a quarterback. Yeah, that's about it. So there's a lot of teams that need a quarterback that could jump up in front of Miami or want to trade with Miami. You know what I'm saying? Doug, you're wrong, dude. You take Tua and enjoy the greatness. James, I know there's a lot of you guys that like Tua a lot. and don't care about his hip injury. And it still bothers me. So if I can get 2 first-round picks, I might jump on that. I really might jump on that because his hip injury does worry me. It took 5 years off his life. Doug, go to Tankathon to see draft order. Thank you. Tankathon NFL. 4 first rounders equal Tua. It's better than Tua. Thank you for that, brother. Okay. So we're sitting at 5, 18, 26. Like I said, Jacksonville's right. Chargers are right behind us, so they would probably try to jump in front of us to get to if they wanted to. And like I said, you got the Carolina Panthers who are at 7, could probably try to jump up ahead of us if they want to, or if they want their quarterback. Jacksonville, we don't know what they're doing with Foles or Minshew. The Los Angeles Raiders, that's going to be weird for me to say, and I'm probably going to say Oakland a bunch of times. So there's that. We don't know what they want to do with Derek Carr. Seems like Gruden likes Derek Carr a lot, so we don't know what they're going to do with that. Tampa Bay, Indy, they both need a quarterback. And if they try to stick with Jameis Winston, they're just dumb. But that's about it. So you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 teams that could jump up ahead of Miami. But in a whole, when you're looking at the entire draft, you have about 7 teams that need a quarterback. 7 quarterbacks aren't going to go in the first round. So Brucey. I trade all 3 first round picks to trade up for Brucey. Brucey was in this draft. I'd trade all the way up for Brucey. So many people who haven't seen the movie are going to be like, who's Brucey? Why are you trading up for Brucey? No, I don't want to. Brandon, this is what I'll do for Trent Williams. It's a great question. Very great question. This is what I'd give him a 3rd or a 4th for Trent Williams. We don't have a 4th. No, we don't have a 4th. So I'd probably give him like a 3rd. Tops. That's the highest I'm giving up for Trent Williams is a 3rd. I want us to use a pass draft strategy and draft a player his entire family. Derek Ferguson. The funny thing is, Ted Ginn is still in the league. Ted Ginn had a productive NFL career. A lot of people want to knock him for us taking him at 9, I think it was. I can't off the top of my head. He has a good NFL career. You can't knock Ted Ginn Jr. You can knock the Dolphins organization for taking him so early, but that's Cam Cameron. But you can't knock Ted Ginn. He's still playing. So, Doug, check out Charlie. Wow, not even gonna attempt it. Luca, tight end from Portland State, looks like he could be a good backup to Gesicki. I'll definitely check him out. Like I said, I'm doing prospects videos. I'll break down every position. Trent Williams will be having a meeting with Ravens and Rivera might be staying. That's another thing you got to think about. Good assessment, Sean. There's a whole new coaching staff in Washington, but also you still have the owner there, who I think that was his biggest gripe with. Ted Ginn had good years. He was a burner, just no one to throw to him. Yeah, and he was also afraid to take hits. I remember that he would run out of bounds all the time. He was always afraid to take a hit. I was happy we picked Ginn. I didn't want Brady Quinn. I was surprised we took Ginn. Just texting the fiance back. Hold on. I feel like Flores is making some very good coaching hires. What about you, Doug? Yes. And the secondary coach, I think it's the secondary coach, or it's the linebacker coach. I know somebody who knows him. He was going to go to Rutgers and be their defensive coordinator, and he ended up coming to Miami and being, I think it's their secondary coach. Let's see if I can get him on the channel. I'm going to try to get so many Dolphins on the channel. What's up, Josh? They got rid of the medical staff rule, also saying he's rolling with Newton. Huh. Are you going to attend any games this year? Maybe the draft in Vegas. I don't think. See, this is the thing. I'm going to a game. I'm definitely going to a Dolphins game. in Miami, and I'm going to try to do a meet and greet the Saturday before the game. Hopefully, I can meet a bunch of you guys. But I'm also getting married. I don't know if I'm getting married this year or next year, so I can't go to Miami, go to Vegas, and get married. I don't make that much money. I literally have a full-time job and I do YouTube. I don't have enough money. So I'm definitely going to Miami, and I'm going to a home game. I'm gonna do a meet and greet the Saturday before the game. What game it is, whatever game is a home game in November. I hope. Ooh, fingers crossed. I hope it's a night game. I would love to go to a night game in Miami. I would absolutely love to go to a night game. I'm hoping like it's a Sunday night game, which I doubt it will be. I don't think they'll give us a Sunday night game yet. I think they need to see us play better and produce more. But I would love to go to a Sunday night game. Tony, his name is Tony. I'm marrying you, Tony. I'd love to go to a night game. Dolphins drift to at 5, then he snaps his hip walking across the stage. He'd fall into the water. Maybe Cloud Life, maybe. Let's trade down as much as you can. This is Miami years. They have unique opportunity. Thursday night. I would possibly do a Thursday night, Dominic. Fly down, but doing a meet and greet with you guys Wednesday. I don't know how many. Touche. You wouldn't marry me, Tony? Come on. I'm a nice guy, and I can cook. I can cook, Tony. I can cook. I've been to night games. It's awesome. Yeah, because I don't do well in the heat. So I'd like to go to a night game, and I'd like to not roast. Do you not see how white I am? I am a white, pale man. Pete, what is up, brother? $2 donation. How you doing, man? Thank you for the donation. Keep the videos coming, dog. Oh, Terrence, they will never stop. I'm hoping. See you when you play like that. Come on, man. Come on. What's up, everybody? And Finn's up. What's up, Pete? How you doing, brother? I was gonna say something. Oh, I forgot what I was gonna say. So that's what happens, and that's why I write things down, because I forget what I'm gonna say while I'm in the moment. Dog, with the performance improvement on inconsistencies that have had during college at the Senior Bowl, would you drop Justin Herbert at number 5 or trade him down? I'm not taking Justin Herbert at 5. What record do you give us next year? It's too early, because if you guys remember, I made my record prediction. What, like the schedule came out and I talked about the schedule, but I didn't really make a record prediction, and then I didn't make a record prediction until the season started, like a week before the season started. I said 6-10. And that was before we traded all our players, and we got 5 wins. I don't know. I honestly don't know. I'll let you know when the schedule comes out. We'll talk about it. I'll see when the schedule comes out, I'll talk about what I like, and then I'll also tell you guys what game I'm thinking of going down for. 8-8 ain't far off, EM Dolphin. I'd be very happy with 8-8. Do you watch any other sport? Yes, I do. Yes, I do. I'm a Mets fan. Unfortunately, I'm a Mets fan. I bought this hat 2015 when they went to the World Series. They won the division champs. Went to the World Series this year and did nothing. They got destroyed in the World Series. But yeah. Football, the only real sport. Football's my favorite sport. I don't get bored watching football. I can watch any football. College, any football I can watch. But yeah, I can't like baseball. If the game starts to drag on, I'll do some things, do editing while I have the baseball game on. I don't watch basketball. I used to watch basketball when I played. I don't watch it anymore. Hockey, I can't. What's up, G Farm? How you doing, brother? I can't watch hockey anymore. Familia and that quick pitch fastball. Peekaboo. Why you gotta hurt me, man? Pee-wee football. I can watch Pee-wee football. I don't know if you saw this, but Miami has a 4th round pick. Joe on James comp. Yeah, that's the comp. That's it. we would have had it for Tannehill, but we traded that to the Steelers when we traded Fitz to them. Mark Lee with a $2 donation. Keep putting out the videos, brother. Mark Lee, I will definitely do that. And thank you so much for the $2 donation. Really appreciate that. Gonna watch XFL. I'm gonna check it out, Sean. But remember when what was that league? The spring league that came out? Or the AAF came out and that died real quick. Why can't you watch hockey anymore? I never watched hockey. I couldn't get into it. It's like soccer for me. I can't get into it. I'll give it another shot, but I can't get into hockey. I like it. Like, I'm not saying it's a bad sport or anything. It's just something I can't get into. What if we trade down to the Raiders so they can get Simmons and we take both first? We get Herbert, Beckin, Chasen, Tyler. I'm not even gonna try to say it. I'm gonna sound like an idiot. I would be up to that. I'd be up to that. Juwan James was worth the money, wasn't he, Denver? You know what pisses me off about Juwan James? It should be a third round comp because he signed the contract. He signed that fat contract. Steven, you gotta clean that up. Clean it up and I'll let it through. He signed a fat contract. He signed the contract. And when it comes to comp picks, it's about how much they make and how big the contract is. What's up, Miami sports fan? So I think it's stupid that because he didn't play that much, we got knocked down from a third round comp to a fourth. And I even think Cameron Wakes went from like a fifth to a sixth, which sucks. How about moving the Super Bowl on Saturday to Saturday? Jeff, I think they should make the Super Bowl a national holiday and Monday should be a day off. I'd like it, but it's not reasonable because I would say a good portion of the United States don't watch football. My girlfriend doesn't watch football. Well, fiance. Oh my god, she's gonna kill me when she hears me call her girlfriend. Just kidding. What's up, dog? What's up, bud? Any chance we get Eckler? It's a good chance. I honestly do think that the Dolphins will pick up one veteran free agent running back. Will it be a big name? We don't know. Melvin Gordon, Derrick Henry, Eckler. We don't know. I like Sims. I don't know about 5, but I don't want. I wouldn't hate it. It reminds me of the Fitzpatrick pick. Let's talk about that real quick, boys and girls. I didn't talk about it in my video, but I talked about it on Twitter. Real quick, I just want to talk about Minkah Fitzpatrick. I'm going to talk about this real quick because this bothered me. And I don't know if you guys know about this. Where'd it go? I'm going to hold on a second. I got to pull it up because this chapped my butt cheeks. If you guys don't know, Minkah Fitzpatrick did an interview a few days ago. Actually, yesterday. What day is it today? 2 days ago. This is what Minkah Fitzpatrick had to say about moving around more in 2020. This is what Minkah Fitzpatrick had to say about moving around more in 2020. Yeah, we'll definitely add to the arsenal of what I can do and move around and stuff because the last half of the season, I didn't really have too much of production. So Minkah Fitzpatrick literally told this reporter for the Steelers that he's totally down to move around more because he noticed that the second half of the season he wasn't as productive. So he wants to move around more so he can have more production. But people wanted to tell me that the reason that Minkah Fitzpatrick isn't on the Dolphins anymore is because the coaching staff and it's because we're dysfunctional and it's because the man is a giant baby. He didn't want to be on a team that was rebuilding. He wouldn't want to be on a team that wasn't going to have a good year this year, but in the future they were. He didn't want to be on that team because if he would have stayed with the Dolphins and bought into the program, he would have been Eric Rowe, but better because he's better than Eric Rowe. He would have had more production like he's saying now. Yeah, we're going to move me around and get more production. I kind of staled off at the end of the season. Duh. What do you think Brian Flores was trying to do, you big idiot? Drove me nuts. And I just wanted to talk about that real quick because I didn't talk about it in the end of my video yesterday. Just seriously, guy, you're gonna have us Dolphin fans argue with each other that it's the coaching staff, it's the front office, we're dysfunctional, this, blah, 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 blah. When it's you, you're a selfish baby. You had your mother come out. And then some people want to say, well, Minkah isn't the right size, body size to be playing the position. Like you can't, then why is he going to do it with the Steelers now? Watch next year he's going to be, oh, Minkah played safety, Minkah played corner, he had Minkah in linebacker. Oh my God, look how smart the Steelers are. They had him all over the place. I will lose my if I hear that. If Minkah starts moving around on the Steelers next season, and I hear the reporters or I hear NFL analysis or anyone talk about how smart the Steelers are for moving him around in multiple positions, I will lose my mind. Because I called this. I called that he's a big baby, and I called it had nothing to do with the coaching staff and the front office. I called this. I can't. I'm glad we traded him. I don't even care that the first round pick is an 18 and we lost about 8 picks. I don't care. I'll take the 8 pick loss to get this man child off of my team. But next year we will be having a winning record and they won't. Exactly. That aggravated me. I had to get that off my chest. You guys are like my my venting release. G-Firm with the $5 donation. Wow. I wish I could I'm going to, just so you know, my live streams are going to be a little bit better because I'm going to have things popping up and stuff. Thanks for giving us consistency, Dolphins info and news. Also, Herbert has risen on my draft board. If there's doubt on Tua's health, I'm with Herbert. G-Firm, thank you for the donation. I really, really, really do appreciate that. Thank you for the love. And yes, Herbert definitely did go up on my my board as well. He definitely did. It wasn't that Minkah was selfish, guy. He just couldn't keep his mouth shut. Him and Kenny Stills were back talking Flores too much and questioning his scheme. That's what it was. They didn't buy in. Pete, but also the Dolphins wanted to keep Minkah. They sat down with him. They tried to keep him. So it had nothing to do with the yapping. It had to do with he didn't want to be on a losing team. He came from Alabama, where they never lost when he was on the team, to go to the Steelers, who went on a winning streak, but then faltered off at the end of the season. He didn't want to be on a losing team, and then he ended up going on an 8-8 team. He didn't want to stay on the Dolphins, who in his eyes were a losing team, but then he went to a team that only won 3 more games. It's funny how that works, huh? Funny how karma works, huh? Karma is something I believe in. Karma is something I believe in. Something I'm going to address this. I think I'm going to talk about this more in a video. I'm going to do a free agent video talking about people who have left and people who are coming in and what we could do. I think Rowe is better in man coverage, so that's why it was easier for him to stay with the tight ends. Yeah, Shake Money, I agree. I agree 100%. Did Steelers make the playoffs? Nope. And honestly, when I saw the trade happen, if you guys remember, I thought it was amazing. I thought it was amazing because we were going to have two top 10 picks. And then the Steelers got some lucky breaks and beat some teams, and they got where they were at, but they shouldn't have been 8 wins. I'll say that. If you're a Steelers fan, this pisses you off, I'm sorry, but I don't think you guys should have been 8 wins. We lost 2 games when he left. Screw him. Exactly. Great point, Dominic. Not Dominic. SM. Great point. Turd. Ferguson. Chaos. Son is better than him. Shake Money. I agree. Steelers did not make the playoffs. No, they didn't. Rashad's going to be on the roster next season. I don't know. Peekaboo. That is a very good question. What's up, Fins Nation TV? How you doing, brother? The Pro Bowl sure dwindled at the end of the year. He had some I will say this. Should have got more. Jose, this is what a lot of people need to realize when it comes to trades, right? A lot of people want to see the production afterwards, or they want to see what the the player was and could be, and say that the Dolphins should have got more or we should have got more. But there's a lot more that goes into trades, right? If the player is disgruntled and he doesn't want to be with the team anymore, the Dolphins will find the best option. And a lot of teams are going to be like, look, we're not going to give you a first because he doesn't want to be with the team. So he's just going to sit out. And at the end of the year, you're going to get nothing from him. So we'll give you a third. And then we'll give you a fourth, or we'll give you this. What's up, Philip? We'll give you that. And then Steelers came and said, we'll give you a first, but we want your fourth, and we'll give you a sixth. And the Dolphins were like, cool. Yes, it is, Dominic. It is live. And that's what it entails. Like, a lot of people were like, we got a third. I think it was a third for Jarvis Landry. That's it. You understand there was a $16 million free agency tag attached to him. And that's why we got what we got for him. There's a lot that entails when it comes to draft picks and trades. If the player's disgruntled, and also, is there demand for the player? If there's a high demand for the player, you get a lot of picks, a.k.a. Laremy Tunsil. Texans wanted Tunsil. They wanted him bad. The Dolphins wanted Jadeveon Clowney. Jadeveon Clowney didn't want to go to the Dolphins, so the Texans had to sweeten that pot a little bit more. All right, we'll give you 2 firsts then. But you need to throw something else. And we're like, we'll give you Kenny Stills. He doesn't want to be here anyway. It's there's a lot that entails to trades. It's not as even cut. You know what I'm saying? Don't trade him. Don't trade who, Jose? Don't trade Minkah Fitzpatrick, the man-child who didn't want to be on the team. The Dolphins didn't want to trade him. They sat down with him. The owner, the GM, the head coach sat down with him. Morning, Darius from Arizona. How you doing, bud? What's our chances of getting Trevor Lawrence next year, or we don't take a quarterback this year? Loso, I don't know. I don't see the Dolphins. I think they'll be drafting probably like 13, 14 next year. I don't know if they'll be in a good position to get it. It all depends if the Houston Texans fall on their face, which I honestly don't see happening, and they get a top 5 pick. It's possible. Are we satisfied with Raekwon McMillan and Baker in the middle? I'm good with Baker. McMillan, he's a good run stopper, but that's about it. So I'd probably grab another linebacker. Clowney was plan B. What's up, Chris? How you doing, bud? I'm about to get off in about 10 minutes. So I'll hang out for like another 10 minutes, and then I'm going to get off. I got a bunch of stuff I got to do today. We should try to get tight end Thaddeus Moss. I can't believe I got that name right in the 3rd round. Yeah, I'd probably take a tight end. I'd probably take another tight end in this draft. We need more tight ends. Conditional trade? What are you talking about, Jose? Are you still talking about Minkah? Top offensive tackles will be gone by the time we pick at 18. I gotta do more research on this. Let's see. Gilmore got spanked. He sure did. He sure did. Oh boy. There was a tweet that went out that had Gilmore, and I think it was the Bills corner, saying like best corners in the league, and they both got owned by Devontae Parker. With the 5th pick, no one mentions we may take Okudah. Guy's a top player. That's a possibility. But it's not a need. It's not a top need. So I don't know if I take him. What the heck was that whole thing about? Yeah, I don't know. Peekaboo with Caldwell. He left to take care of his health, and then when he got healthy, it seemed like he just wasn't feeling it. I don't know. That's all hush hush behind the doors stuff that we'll never know. There's a lot of people that'll speculate, and a lot of people that hate the team that'll say what it is, and it's Flores, he's this and that, but we don't know. Travis, what is up, bud? Getting Teddy Bridgewater in free agency with the first 3 picks, get a running back, either Chase Young or Jeff Okudah, and an O-line. I don't know if Chase Young is going to be there at 5, though. We can solidify our defense with Jalen Ramsey and Yannick. Oh, yeah, Jalen Ramsey's a free agent. I forgot about that. It's a need because X is a question mark. That is true. But it's not a top need, Michael. To me, offense and defensive line is more important right now than corner. I don't know why my brain just completely farted like that. I would honestly probably, if Andrew Thomas was there, say Tua's gone, say Chase Young's gone, say Burrow's gone, and it's between Okudah and Andrew Thomas. I'm taking Andrew Thomas. Clowney's going to be a Dolphin. Did you guys see how Seahawks were using Clowney in the playoffs? He was all over the field. They kept moving him to linebacker DN. He was all over heavy sets. It depends if they don't resign him, because supposedly Russell Wilson is pushing real hard to resign him. Don't want Ramsey. He is drama queen, and I think paying for the Rams shows us wasn't the top guy. Plus, you cannot afford to have Xavier Howard's contract and a Jalen Ramsey contract. That's just too much money in one position. I could see Miami skipping out on the quarterback class, acquiring a first and a second for 2021, and go all in on Trevor Lawrence, Justin Fields, or riser like Jamie Newman or KJ Costello. What do you think? That's a possibility, Alex. It's a very big possibility that the Dolphins don't take a quarterback in the first round. Very big possibility. Jeff, I don't know a lot. If you notice that whole situation went real quiet, real quick, we don't know what happened. Again, regardless, you guys know how I feel about the situation. We don't know. So I don't know if I would, trade him. Christian Wilson, I want his jersey. Miami 305. I will say this, though. Beware. Because a lot of these players nowadays, they tend to go away. So you might think like, oh, this guy's not going anywhere, and then poof, he gets traded. I would, if you're going to get a jersey, I would get either one with your name on it or like a player that's like retired. You see Drew Brees might retire. Then all of a sudden, Teddy Bridgewater's staying with the Saints. If that happens, hey Doug, I know it's kind of soon since I asked, but any news on a collab with on the Fin side? What do you mean, Chris? Any news on a collab with one on the Fin side? What do you mean, like a collab with a Dolphin player? Trailer 18 Howard Rosen for one. I don't know if the Bengals would take Rosen over Burrow. Ross couldn't even sniff playoffs when his stadium was the Super Bowl. Ross is mad. I feel it. Flores is the fire. Haven't bought a current player jersey since Ronnie Brown. I haven't bought a current player's jersey since Wes Welker. Yeah, I think it was Wes Welker. Then he got traded, and I was very sad. Dougie Fresh, what's up? What's up, Mr. Ouija? I'm skipping the Pro Bowl. This Devontae Park. Yeah, I'm not watching the Pro Bowl. That's why I went live. I'm not watching the Pro Bowl. Pro Bowl's boring. I got stuff to do around my apartment. I got to clean all that stuff. Mark Lee, there is no word yet. It went real quiet, real quick. So there's a channel called On the Fin Side. Gotcha. So a collab with On the Fin Side. Oh, I'm totally down to do a collab. I'm totally to do a collab with anybody. If you guys find a YouTuber like how Shake Money found The Entertainer, and you guys reach out to them and say, hey, you should do a collab with DouglieDoWrong, I am totally down to do a collab with any sports YouTuber when it's any NFL YouTuber. I don't care what team they do. You got to get married. I am getting married, Alex. I don't know the date yet, but I am. We should go after multiple free agents, not just one. 100% Cloud Life. I'm going off after like when it comes to top, because there's tiers. There's like A, B, C. There's tiers of free agents. I'm probably going for 2 top and then really good B level free agents. Get that depth in there. I got a Ricky, Landry, Brown, and Wake jersey. Do we get after any big time? Yeah, go after like 1 or 2 big time. I want to do a mock draft with you still, Doug. I don't really have a channel, but hey, I've been here. And yeah, no, I'm going to have you guys on some live streams and stuff. I want to incorporate you guys more in 2020. You guys are also going to be a part of my brain is showing off the picks with me and my dad. I'm going to have a community pick section where you guys also pick games with me and my dad. You guys are all going to vote, so it's not just one. So don't let a woman in. What? I like Skaggs. Yeah, he's a cool guy. I think I've shouted him out a few times. Totally down to collab with him. Solidify O-line and free agency and O-line. Any O-lineman you like? There's a few, but I got to do my research more. We need to get these lines straight and the safety. Yes. Love Finside. Watched Watch that. And Dougley. Yeah, I like the Finn side too. I'm also going to try to get Travis Wingfield on here. I think that might happen sooner rather than later. I like Travis. He's a cool guy. But other than that, fellas, I got to get out of here. I got stuff to do. Thank you guys so much for hanging out. Thank you guys for getting this to 155 likes. I really do appreciate it. Thank you to everyone who donated. I really, really do appreciate that. I'm going to go live again. I'm going to try to go live like maybe every other weekend. I'll go live. And then I'll go live during the week. I'm going to go live. I have a ton of videos planned. So many videos planned. If you guys haven't, Swizzy, actually, me and K Flexen did a collab, I think this time last year, and me and him are in talks all the time. I might do another collab with K Flexen, but be sure to go check out that Richmond Webb interview I did yesterday. If you haven't checked it out yet, be sure to check that out. Other than that, I got a ton of videos planned for this week, a ton planned. But like usual, thank you guys for hanging out. I appreciate every single one of you. Stay classy. Fins up.